The Sautrāntikas, however, differ from the Vaibhāṣikas in their philosophical proposal. The Sautrāntika means literally those who rely upon the sutras. They hold the sutras but not the Abdharma commentaries, shastras, as authoritative. They regard Sutra Pitaka and the texts like Artha Vinishchaya Sutra. Kumaralata of 3rd century BCE is supposed to be the founder of this school. The other acharyas who were said to belong to this school are Bhadanta Darshtantika, Sri Lata Vasubandhu, who is the author of Abhidharma Kosha, Dignaga and Dharmakirti. The views of the Sautrāntika school first appear in the Abhidharma Kosha Bhāṣya of Vasubandhu. The Sautrāntika accepted the doctrine of extreme momentariness. Here, the extreme momentariness means that only the present moment exists. On the contrary, the Vaibhāṣikas believe that the dharma lasts through all three times, past, present and future. Since past and future both are present in the dharma, it is accepted that past, present and future exist. From the Sautrāntika perspective, this Vaibhāṣika position is a violation of the Buddhist principle of impermanence. The Sautrāntikas are of the opinion that only the present is real. They do not accept origination, sustenance and dissolution as three different stages of existence. They accept only origination as the mark of existence. A thing is no more at the next moment after origination. Moreover, according to the Sautrāntikas, atoms, Paramanus, are substantially real or ultimately real, Dravya-sat or Paramartha-sat. Atoms are the causes of gross objects, Sanghata, but in forming Sanghata, they do not touch each other. The Sautrāntikas consider an object as substantially real, Dravya-sat, or ultimately real, Paramartha-sat, only if it is available as it is without superimposition. For example, visual forms, Rupa, and feelings, Vedana, are real in this sense. However, a thing which can be divided into parts, either physically or conceptually, is not substantially real. For example, collections, persons, Pudgala are not real. They are real by designation, Pragyapti Sata or Samvitti Sata. Many dharmas which the Vaibhāṣikas accept as real for the Sautrāntikas exist only as designations, Pragyapti Sata. Similarly, according to Vaibhāṣikas, when an object is perceived directly, it can be called a simultaneous cause of perception. This is not acceptable to the Sautrāntikas, for whom the cause is always prior to the effect. It is never simultaneous. An object and its perception are not simultaneous. The object contributes its form, akara, to the conscious being, and then the consciousness of the object arises. Moving on, we have already seen that an external object can be directly seen through sense. According to the Vaibhāṣika, the Sautrāntika says that it can be known indirectly through the form of or idea contributed by the object. The external objects are momentary in nature. These objects produce their images in our minds. On the basis of these impressions, we infer the existence of external objects. Thus, the ideas or images are the representations of their objects. Due to this belief, the Sautrāntika epistemology is called representationalism. The 4th century Buddhist logician Dignaga and the 6th century Buddhist logician Dharmakirti developed a system of epistemology amenable to the Sautrāntika metaphysics. The Buddhist discourse on metaphysics and epistemology is intended to facilitate the transformation of personality to the state of its complete extinction. There are gates of meditation in the transformative endeavor, since the culmination of the soteriological project is a complete extension of personality. An obvious question is, does the mind exist in the final state of meditation? According to the Buddhist theory of concentration meditation, one goes through the stages of form meditation, Rupa Dhyana, and formless meditation, Arupa Dhyana, and then reaches the stage called Sangya Vedayita Nirodha or Nirodha Samapatti. In this stage, one does not have any chatsikas such as perception or feelings. The mind almost stops functioning. But now the question is, does the mind cease to exist in that state of trance? The Vaibhāṣikas hold that both mind and mental factors cease to exist in the state of Nirodha Samapatti. The Sautrāntikas, however, do not agree with this. According to them, if the mind ceases to exist, then the person will be almost dead. It would not be possible to come out of this condition. But a yogin does come out of that stage. So the Sautrāntikas hold that though certain mental factors cease to exist in the state of attainment of cessation, Nirodha Samapatti, the mind continuum as such does not stop at that time. Moreover, we have seen that the Vaibhāṣikas accept nirvana as an ultimately real or substantially real phenomenon. They regard it as unconditioned asamskrita dharma. But the Sautrāntikas do not accept nirvana as a real existence, dravyantara. They disagree with the Vaibhāṣikas' interpretation of scripture. Nirvana for them simply refers to the discontinuity of birth, janma pravritti. It is a mere concept referring to the absence of suffering due to the abandonment of the defilements. The Sautrāntikas emphasize that nirvana is only relatively real, pragyapti sat. Thus, we have surveyed the basic philosophical viewpoints of the Vaibhāṣika and the Sautrāntika traditions of the Hinayana school of Buddhism. Hope the session was meaningful for you. Thank you for listening.